Okay, let's get started. You've all had a chance to look over the agenda. Entertain a motion to approve.
I'll motion.
Wait, we need to amend it.
We do.
We do?
We need to talk about approving town errors to the planning.
I put planning commission.
Could you add that on?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's under.
I grabbed it off the agenda.
Oh, you know,
It's under
Yeah.
business. Okay, once again, motion was made to approve. Any second? Second.
I'll motion.
You did already.
Okay, well, that's what I didn't know we still.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Great. Approval of the minutes of September 8th. Do you have a copy in front of you? You've read them. They've been sent to you. Any changes or corrections to the minutes? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
I'll
There
motion.
is a
I'll motion.
motion made
I'll second.
and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Great. County Commissioner Brad Benson.
Thank you very much, Mr. Supervisor. Things I'd like to share with the board, speak to those. So, good evening, everyone. Autumn is upon us. Construction began about a week ago on our new 911 towers. The foundations are now in place out both on Reed Road here in Adams Township, and they did complete last week the foundations for the Woodbridge Tower at the corner of Camden and Grass Lake Roads. They are now moved over to Litchfield. And to that, you will see our first major change order of the project in doing the soil boring over in the Litchfield Industrial Park. The engineers determined they were going to have twice as big of piers or pylons or foundations for the tower than they do at the other two sites. So that's going to take a significantly greater amount of contract, and so tomorrow we will consider approving a $155,000 increase for the project cost. Yeah, a lot of concrete. More steel rebar, more concrete, so $155,000 for those changes. Of course, we could have perhaps chosen another site, but there's no guarantee that the soil would be any better there, and it would also delay the project. So we will continue to move ahead with that. I did share with you this evening a copy of the 2025 drain report from Drain Commissioner Matt Word. That will be tomorrow presented to the Board of Commissioners for formal acceptance of that report. And once that is accepted by the Board of Commissioners, that will then be available on the website, so any members of the public, if you do want to see that, we should have that up in the next couple of days on the county website under the Drain Commissioner tab. But that tells what all the drain assessments are collectively for the county, the miles of drains, the inventory of the equipment, and also the lake level assessment district. So every lake that has a lake level assessment district, so Lake Bel Air here in Adams Township would be one of those that does have a set level on it, and a lake level assessment district. Tomorrow we'll have some discussions on the county paying membership dues to the Economic Development Partnership. We did not do that last year. It cost us about, the amount they want to charge us is about $2,500 per year. I think this discussion will probably go along the lines of that the county, in the form of TIFAs and downtown development authorities, we give up in excess of $100,000 in county taxes. Of course, every other unit that collects taxes, whether it's the city, school districts, the ambulances, they also take that reduction within those downtown development districts or tax increment finance authority districts. And so consequently, we feel that the economic, or at least the overall feeling, general feeling with the Board of Commissioners is we are already making a pretty significant contribution towards economic development in the county. And then also there is the argument of what is the function of government. Is economic development one of the things that government should be taking your tax dollars and taking economic development from the standpoint of government if you were to ask this commissioner, I would say, we just need to get out of the way. We need to make any permitting process or any regulatory burden as simple as possible and get out of the way and let business do their thing. So be interested to see how the discussion goes on that. I did share with you the latest report from our county building inspector, and kind of interesting, our permit numbers haven't changed a whole lot from 24 to 25, but the construction value and the amount of income from building permits has changed significantly. So comparatively, in 2024, in permit revenue, we took in, at this point, $1,106,299.10, and in 2025, we have taken in $656,706.24. So a little bit less than half of a reduction in those revenues. And as far as the value of that construction, in 2024, we had $191,154,105.75 in construction value that was added to the tax rolls. And this year, we've added $83,732,827. So a pretty significant drop. Of course, there were some large projects that were completed last year. The new Myers store was one of them. The college, even though they don't pay property tax on it, they do have to pull building permits on them. So that goes into that building revenue as far as the permit revenue and the construction value, because even though the taxes are zero on it, there is still a taxable value placed on that. So kind of some interesting things there. Tomorrow we will be considering some updates to our county employee handbook. A lot of that will be housekeeping, spelling errors, grammatical corrections, but we will also be adopting a policy in regards to involuntary separation from the county. We have a checklist right now as far as when we onboard someone, but we don't have anything in place in regards to if we involuntarily terminate someone from county employment. That is something that we've been asked for by some of our department heads, and so that will be one of the big changes that will be added to that. Also, with our county employees, we do have 4 labor unions, 2 at the Sheriff's Department, 2 at Central Dispatch, and those contracts with those agencies and those employees of those agencies end at the end of this year, so we are in the process of trying to negotiate new contracts with that. We've already had a few meetings with them, and that is ongoing, but we are hoping that we can get that buttoned up before November. So, and then the last item I have for you is just a reminder that also our contracts with the 5 ambulance agencies that serve Hillsdale County, those all expire at the end of this year. Those negotiations to renew those, there's a meeting held the first week of October, and we continue to work on those. And that concludes my report for the evening, unless you have questions for me.
Does anybody out there have a question for Mr. Benzing?
I do have one county directory of all the units of government. If anyone has need of one, I have one. So if someone would like that, I would
You put it up for bid?
I got mine.
So I have
Yeah.
So is there anybody from the public that would like to have this? If not, I'm sure I can find a home for it. All right, I'm going to run the ransom. Thank you all very, very much.
All right, moving on, County Road Commissioner, Mr. Klein.
Thank you for letting me speak my report. If you've heard me talk about Elm Road in Pittsford Township, we've had so much trouble trying to get the bridge replaced with a culvert. Well, on October 9th, that road was open. We got the culvert in, and finally we're open traffic on that road. I didn't think we'd ever get it done. On bridge maintenance, we had all white contractors contracted to complete bridge work throughout the county. And they completed Burton Road Bridge east of Tuttle Road the last week of September. They're going to return the 3rd week of October to work on Austin Road east of Carpenter. Lilac Road west of Cambria Road will follow to complete the 2025 list. Pavement marking, I've had some people ask when we're going to get the stripes on the roads that they seal coated, and that's supposed to start this week. And so there'll be, in fact, there's marks on North Adams Road where the double yellow lines are supposed to be. They've already done that. State highways, extreme milling and pulverizing came in October the 8th. profile milling at M49 and US 12. At that intersection, the trucks would come up to stop, and they actually rolled the pavement up and made like a speed bump. And so they milled that off. And they also went down US 127 south of M34, and they did the entire southbound lane heading south. Where the spots that needed it, they milled that off. And they're gonna return in another day to do the northbound lane, so that probably will be completed this week. This is Lake Pleasant and Tamarack Road, that's not in Adams Township, that's actually in Ransom Township. And extreme milling and pulverizing came in, and the County Road Commission laid gravel down, and they milled the gravel right into the pavement and turned that road back into a gravel road. And as far as the M99 closure, down at the stump drain, drain commissioner said that he was well ahead of schedule, and they should have that open by the 20th of October. Our tree contract work, we did contracting with Weed Chop Tree Service, and they are continuing to work on our list. They had to pull out for a couple of weeks, but they will return. The majority of the trees that was on the list have been completed. And in ditch and deburning projects, the only one in Adams Township was Black Bridge Road, and that was started last week. Gravel patching, all limestone and gravel patching has been completed in the county. Brine has been completed. Seal coat and fog sealing has been completed, and brush spray was completed. It was in the northeast quadrant, mainly Somerset Township and Wheaton Township, I believe. And other than that, that's all I've got, unless somebody's got some questions.
Are you guys involved in that, road repair there in Jonesville?
No.
That's all city?
We don't want to be.
I'm just asking.
No, that's all I've got.
Okay, thank you.
And supposedly it's coming to Hillsdale too.
Oh, good. All right.
They signed on for that. No, the only projects we had were truck routes. Jonesville Road from McLean Road to the Branch County line. And next year they're gonna take it from McLean Road to 49. And then Concord Road and Territorial Road we did. And I've got a whole list of projects that we're gonna have. These are all federal aid projects for truck routes that we're gonna be doing. Those clear out till 2033.
Any word on what you guys are thinking on Knowles Road, Osceola and Walk for next year maybe?
Oh, south.
Yeah.
That I haven't had a discussion with the manager and the assistant manager, but I'm sure we'll be looking at something like that, and I can put a bug in their ear, and possibly when we meet in January, we can discuss that.
Okay.
Um, let's see, is Knowles Road, primary road, south of Osceola,
Yeah, you guys,
or south of Oxley?
when we last talked, the county said that was their road.
Okay, that's primary then. I'd have to have a map here, I can't remember which ones are primaries and secondaries.
Okay.
So, we've got quite a few that need some work, definitely. The budget was passed in Lansing by the legislature. At our last board meeting, there was a guy from Somerset showed up, wanted to know how much money he was gonna get, because he had roads in Somerset Township he wanted to fix. And he wanted to get his bid in first, so, but we haven't heard. And as I told him, the state giveth and the state taketh away. Anybody's got any questions, comments? Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on, we're gonna do public comment. Remember, 3 minutes each. Keep your questions to the board or comments to the board. Do not comment amongst yourself. Be friendly and respectful. Who's gonna be first? Okay, moving on. You don't?
No, I'm
Gonna quit while I'm ahead. I'm not ahead, I'm two down, so this is, while we're going in that direction, what do you say? All right, well, planning commission's a big job. So, I hope you take it serious.
Absolutely.
Thank you for joining, we can always use you. All right, and then after that, Buffalo.
What are the treasurer's notes?
I've got a couple things before we start my questions. Number one is we CD with Township Bank matured, so I just rolled it over for another 6 months at 3.85. Second thing is I've looked into and I got a letter for a listing there of BSNA, who's pretty much statewide for tax collection, and if that's what we have, it has online credit card service that you can do it online to a website, or we can do it here at a website or by a phone number. You just call a phone number and type in your information per se, and so there's no cost to the township. That roughly 3.25% fee would be charged back on the customer's bill if you want to do that. So I would like to go ahead and just sign up with them and get us in the queue to hopefully have it up and running by the winter tax season wise and that stuff. So they've had out for roughly a year and a half. We got like 400 users, others that's using it. I've called around, really use it, they like it. So I made a few phone calls. I would like to have the approval of the board to go ahead and just sign an agreement with BSNA so we can offer that service to our taxpayers. They can go to the website or do the phone number if they want to use a credit card payments for that.
I have one question, and this does automatically go, the
Right,
funds.
the funds, the report, I get a daily report and all the funds that that person would pay is just deposit right back into our Southern Michigan Bank, per se, kind of stuff there. And the last thing is, we got a website. So if anybody wants a website address, please look it over, just look at it over. There is a link for the county on the main page. If you scroll to the bottom, it has Adams Township, and it has a link to Hillsdale County website is there. I cleaned it up, looked good. I mean, so please look at it, beat it up, and see if it's something that you like to add to it. I mean, if you want some more links to the other county features, please you can text me or just call the office, and my extension is 102. Just leave me a voicemail if you like. But yes, so the Adams Township website is the word Adams Township spelled out .us. That's the website. So I mean, it's pretty much straightforward. Nothing real fancy kind of stuff there. So
Township.us.
yeah, .us.
Good.
So I mean, you can add that HTTPS, but you should have to. So.
We need to approve that for the CD, that they need that.
Yeah, just the board.
Yeah, no, yes, for the CD, they,
Oh, okay.
so we don't need to do that.
So, we'll need to, get approval for the CD that was rolled out. So I'll entertain a motion to, approve that.
I'll motion.
Motion made
I'll second.
and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. And,
You have my investment report for you, also kind of stuff if you guys need to.
We have approved this, the township.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to.
okay. All right, so, I think I'm entertaining a motion to approve treasurer's report.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll motion.
motion made
I'll second.
and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, thank you. The key to it is that now we have a website. Okay. Good deal. Thank you, David, for all your help on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Okay, is that all?
Yeah, that's what I got.
All right, then we're gonna move on to the bills. Y'all have a copy of the bill. Any questions? Comments?
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Okay. Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to pay the bills in the amount of $70,450.28.
I'll make the motion.
Motion made
I'll second.
and seconded. All in favor? All opposed? Thank you. Cemetery bills. Any questions, comments? No questions, no comments. I'll entertain a motion to pay the cemetery bills in the amount of $4,436.66.
I'll move to pay the cemetery bills.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? I'm sure we'll have fast.
Yeah.
We need it.
Too bad. Okay, we're gonna move on to clerk's notes.
I had a distressing letter from the IRS a couple weeks ago. Again, this is from 21-22, and it's basically, in my opinion, just not caring about what you're filing. I don't think you file government forms with the IRS or with the state of Michigan, and don't look them over before you send them. So we received a bill of penalties and interest for $27,182.05. I contacted our CPA who does our payroll. We put together a package to send them of 25 pages of documents. However, there were no W-3s, which is the transmission notice that you send when you fill out your W-2s and send them, which would have been corroborating evidence for this. And the ones that I had to send, the W-2s, apparently they were done, then they were corrected, and I didn't have a W-3 for either one. So I just want to point that out. I am hopeful that they will, because we've got 25 pages of documentation. And I'm hoping they're just gonna look this as an error, but I don't know because we're 4 years in on this. So I don't know. So we'll just wait and get an answer from them as to what, but that was a demand for $27,182.05. So now my IRS packages that I have done since I have been here is all of this. Okay, second thing. I am addressing this to the Adams Township board members. I am resigning my position as Township Clerk effective October 31st, 2025. I have recently experienced a life event which precludes my ability to finish my term as Township Clerk in the manner in which I have fulfilled the duties of the clerk up to now. When I made this decision, I began to think about someone who would be qualified to take my place. By providence, I learned that Susan Reuter and her husband Dale had moved back to Dale's family farm in Adams Township. Susan has served for 18 years as a township clerk in Ransom. She is certified with the state to run all elections. And I personally strongly recommend that the board appoint Susan to fill my position. She will have to face a primary in August of 2026. But she's qualified, everything should be good. I want to thank the people of Adams Township for their support and allowing me the privilege of representing them. I also want to thank the board members for their support, their humor and congeniality. Thank you.
Okay. First thing, I will personally be sorry to see you go. You've done a lot. I know what you came into, and I am really sorry to see that you leave. I understand that Mrs. Reuter is a qualified candidate to take your place, and I hope that she's willing to step in, and she has some big shoes to fill. I hope she has some thick skin, because this job can be, at times, brutal. Some people don't have any idea as to what it takes to work this township. So, in light of that, I would entertain a motion regrettably to accept her resignation as clerk at this time. So I would accept the motion.
I'll make a motion to accept Susan's resignation letter.
I'll second.
Motion been made and seconded. All in favor? All opposed? Approved. What I'd like to do is to entertain a motion to approve and appoint the appointment of Susan Reuter, pro tem, to take the position of township clerk until a primary election is held in August of 2026.
And that would begin November 1st.
That would begin, yes, right after your resignation becomes final, and the first date would be November 1st of 2025. And the primary is August of 26th.
I move to appoint her as temporary clerk.
Motion made
I'll second.
and seconded. All in favor? All opposed? Okay, next,
And one more thing.
I would like to appoint as an election assistant, Mrs. Reuter, Susan Reuter, as an election assistant earning $20 per hour until November 1st. She would be hired on as the township and elected, or as an election assistant until she assumes the job of township clerk on November 1st.
I'd like to explain what that position is and the reasoning behind this. When I came into this job, I was handed keys. No passwords, no anything. She is certified with the state. This will be a transition period where we can get her into the computer now. We can get all of her credits transferred. We can get her into QDIA with a password. We will be in there jointly until, obviously, the 31st, and then I come out. But this way, Susan gets an opportunity to get that part out of the way. And it would also give us a chance that I can work with her on her computer system. She's good at elections, she just needs to know how our computer system works. So she finds all the reports that she needs.
Can I ask a question? real quick?
Yes,
How many hours per week are you asking for?
I am thinking that she's maybe gonna be, Susan, what do you think, maybe 4 a week?
Okay.
Okay. I would entertain a motion to
I just gave everybody copies of this.
All right. I don't have any comments other than I'm really gonna be sorry to see you leave.
Okay.
You've done amazing work here. This place was a mess and you brought it out from being a mess. And I have to say that was probably part of being a mess. So I am gonna regret seeing you leave. But at the same time, we're gonna welcome Susan Rivera into our township folk. And hopefully she'll stay and things will work out fine.
I appreciate it.
All right, we're gonna move on. That was terrible. Public comment, one more time. Remember, 3 minutes. You have 3 minutes. Don't talk amongst yourself. Keep all comments to the board. Keep it respectful. Who's first? Yeah.
Susan, come Adams Township.
I'm sorry?
It's a real honor and blessing to have Susan joining us in Adams Township. And of course, Susie knows how we all feel about her.
Well, I would like to think she does. She does. Thank you, Gail, for your son. Mr. Rounds.
I'm lying L rounds tonight. I had sent emails to Randy and to come out and talk to Sue about it. Again, this year, on November 10th, we'll be having our Thanksgiving dinner. We're inviting the township and the village and the fire department and the school board to those meetings. One thing in mind, it is on the 10th, which is the second Monday, which is normally our meeting night, I believe. It starts at 6:30, so I don't know if you want to maybe delay your meeting that night or something there. We would like to have a count on how many will be coming with your spouse by the 6th of November. So, any questions, Michelle?
Okay. Thank you, Al.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
In fact, I have 2 questions. This 2022, $27,182.05, do we owe that?
That's our penalty and interest as of now. That's why we sent in 25 documents to fight it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's penalty interest plus the.
Penalty interest plus the error on the 941.
Just not interest alone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody else?
We haven't had a report the last couple months on how many permits and all that stuff. You haven't given a report.
Well, I haven't had very many permits in the last month. Hardly any.
So not much going on?
I'm sorry? We did do the, and if I may comment on this.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Okay, we did, the permits that we did have this month were the tower on Reed Road. That was one, and we had one other. Other than that, we haven't had anything. Summer's coming to a close, and always want to get done. All right, I appreciate the board authorizing comment. Anybody else on? Yes.
That, new website, is Adams Township completely spelled out?
Yeah, adamstownship.us.
.us, okay, that was my question, thank you.
Anybody? Hearing none. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll motion.